Afternoon, Assalamu alaikum. This is YouTube number 11. Paul Hormuz Azzo Cavaliere, Lebanese, Assyrian. The YouTube is sponsored by Dr. Engineer George Marcus of Dubai, UAE. Thanks to him and God bless him. Paul Hormuz Azzo, Lebanese, Assyrian. Small success story. Failure were in abundance and more frequent than successes. Some were fatal. Thanks God I resuscitated like the phoenix bird out of the ashes. Serious commitments coupled with good achievements over 4 decades of activities tirelessly and still on. Number 1, Lombard Bank, Beirut, 7 years, employee to head of loan department. I learned a lot. My services were appreciated by clients as well as bank management. Number 2, Sunwrapped a breeze, S&B. My task was public relations manager. It had by then, the company had by then 150 years of construction activities in France and abroad, with 6,000 employees of 7 different nationalities in Saudi Arabia by early 70s, and with two major construction projects, Tabuk, Bir bin Hermas Road, Jordan border, and Medina Al Munawwara Airport pavements and drainage. Following great achievements of mine for the company, the Paris management put me on the board of directors in Saudi Arabia. 3, Italian Embassy. My assignment was freelance consultant and PR. That was at the time of His Excellency Alberto Ramasso Valacca. Number 4, Eurotrade. Consulting architects, founder and public relations. With little or nothing, I formed it, putting together the portfolios of teachers and students from Torino Politecnico, Italy, and I registered the group officially by Saudi Arabian concerned offices. This business lasted more than 40 years and still is under the management of my friend, architect Yusuf Baashin. Number 5, Pesaro, Marche, Friuli, Venezia, Giulia, regions, and northeast Italy, and Cassa del Risparmio di Foligno, central Italy. I stayed exhibitions for 4 consecutive years and 1 business forum. This was for Cassa del Risparmio di Foligno, a saving bank. Above were planned and executed by myself to promote Italian products and technologies in the then nascent markets of the Gulf over 4 consecutive years, with top-notch economic trade delegations of Italian industry, businessmen, Confederation, Confindustria to Saudi Arabia, beside hundreds of Gulf businessmen that I had attracted to the custom-made exhibitions I staged in Italy, and the trade flow for the Italy from the Gulf countries. Following great successes in Italy, I merited the title of Cavaliere, similar to the title of Sir, bestowed on me by then Italian President Sandro Pertini on 27th of December 1979. Number 6, Pitney Bowes of Dayton, Ohio, USA, agent in 13 Middle Eastern countries. I covered successfully 12 Arab countries and Iran. On my 2nd year with PB and in a convention at Marbella, Spain, I was honored by Bob Van Orek, then president of Pitney Bowes with a trophy for being the best in getting the target sales. Based in Jeddah, I had 3 US citizens working for me. And they were instrumental in my success about barcode and scanning introduction. The trainer was Engineer Malshut, maintenance head John Skaggs from Virginia, and an Assyrian head technician Mr. Karim Khan. This last was from Chicago. The 3 were officially working with Saudi Arabian Airlines. Through Pitney Bowes, I was the first in the whole Middle East to introduce the barcode and scanning system in Saudi Arabia and UAE, Dubai duty-free logo, in collaboration with Emirates computer companies managed by Lebanese. Surprisingly, I never met with barcode and scanning was not available in no other Arab countries except Lebanon. Number 7, Mediasat LBC exclusive representative in Sub-Saharan Africa. I spent 2 years of negotiations to obtain the Sub-Saharan countries representation. That was with late Mr. Antoine Chouairi, RIP. In 2019, the value of Chouairi Group was $1 billion. Nowadays, it is managed by the son, Mr. Pierre Chouairi. On my first tour and as representative, I was in Khartoum, where I lured officials and private sector to come up with a documentary film about Sudan. I have succeeded to convince the necessity of such promotion, and yet it was denied by birth by US sanction. Number 8, Sudan affair. Paul Hormuz Cavaliere swimming against the waves. During 2001, incidentally, right after 9/11, I met with the then Sudanese president on more than one occasion, along with several ministers and officials. They all welcomed my proposal. I had private as well as public sectors applause and consent, but the refusal of the LBC, Lebanese Broadcasting Corporation, to make the documentary film was on intimation of their partners, of their US partners, resulted in a clear-cut decline of the project in spite of its uniqueness and the loss of business to me as well as to LBC. I was swimming against the waves, I knew. Writing and publishing. For above setback with Mediasat LBC, I was adamantly promoting Sudan through this first book, Directory of Major Companies in Sudan and Reference Book, 2006. Same year, I wrote another book, Directory of the NGOs in Sudan. This I compiled a year after. My non-published books are ISO, Quality, Excellence and Environment in Sudan, Successful Investment Projects in Sudan, and last, Minerals in Sudan and Directory of World Mining Companies, Business and Investment 2020. Ask for details. I'm founding member of NAC, Nive Academic Chair of Salamanca University, Spain. Prof. Efrem Yildiz, Vice Chancellor of Salamanca University and President of Mesopotamia Alliance, invited me to it. HOA, Horn of Africa Languages and Research Center, I had studied the feasibility study and officially registered the activity in 2017. I plan that within few years it will develop into African Languages Research Center. Unique concept. Personally, I'm staunch amateur linguist, and I master few languages, modern and ancient. Consequently, I learned the art of understanding of different mentalities and culture. This is part of the budget and portfolio that I humbly have.